are you?
I'm Michael Wagener.
Oh, yeah?
I'm a record producer. I live in Nashville, Tennessee. I have my studio there. And I've been at it for 40 years now.
For 4 years?
40.
40 years. You don't look a day over 28.
I know.
Yes. Great. Fantastic.
And so, who are you?
Oh, my name is Fab Dupont. I make records for a living. And I have a studio in New York City called Flux.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
And I also have, I help people design gear because I like good gear.
Yeah.
And also have a tutorial website called puremix.net where
Okay.
I show people how to make records, whatever part of making records I know about.
Okay, cool. Okay, well, I know you had a big part in designing the microphone.
Yes, I did.
And what was your criteria about it?
For me, I was looking, actually Brian from Lauten asked me here on this trade show at Messe one day, he asked me, hey, if I were to make a microphone for you, what should it do? And I said, well, I'd like someone, just one person in the world, to make a microphone that's designed to be straight into a DAW. Right. Because we don't have tape, most people don't have consoles, and everybody's still designing microphones with the spirit of matching microphones that have been designed to go through consoles and tape.
A million years ago, yeah.
A million years ago. Yeah. And so I said, well, what I like is I like a microphone that's not bright. I like a microphone that can adapt itself to annoyingly bright singers, which is the vast majority of singers,
right.
But that can also be used on other things. So I like a schizophrenic microphones that can do several things. So he went back and he did that.
Right.
Sent me some prototypes, and then I said no. And then after a while I said yeah. And then so this microphone went back and forth between New York and California a fascinating amount of times. And then at one point I got a prototype and I was like, yeah,
this is it.
This is exactly what I wanted. So that's the spirit behind it. You know this better than me. For me, when I listen to the old Neumanns that everybody spends 15, 20K on the Telefunkens, to me, they don't sound today the way they sounded then. You record with the console?
No, I'm going through a preamp and then straight in.
Okay. And so
no EQ ever.
Okay. So when you got this, what was different for you?
Well, to me, it's like dealing with different people. You know, like you said, the majority of the singers has a lot of sibilants, so that will take care of it. And then the other problem that I find is that there's not enough mid-range.
Yep.
You know, some people sing them a little bit nasally, and the microphone will take care of it. And then also, in another way, when it's on the lower setting, then we, as a room mic, it's perfect.
Yep.
You know, because you don't want the loud cymbals in there, but you want all the bottom that you can get. So Brian sent me the microphone, and I go, hey, that's it. Where did this come from? You know, it's the thought was there, but I didn't know how to put it into words, but you did.
Well, thank you. It came out of frustration. I own some, probably not as many as you, but I own some really, really nice microphones. I have a real C12 from the early 50s, pristine. I have a 47. I have a 47 FET.
Right.
I have a 251.
Yeah.
This is a lot of, it's $100,000 worth of microphones.
Yes.
Right? I couldn't, I tried them on everything, sometimes it just doesn't work. It's too bright and it's too scooped up.
And you only have one chance. If the microphone doesn't work, it doesn't work.
Correct.
Here, you still have two other chances, or actually three.
Yes,
you know?
Yes, and also with the gain system, you can really, you know, if somebody gets really out of hand, I put it on bass drums. Yeah, I put it on bass drums and take the -10, and it was great. So that is what was my motivation. It's like I was frustrated with being stuck with bright stuff all the time.
Right.
But the reason why I pushed Brian to also put a forward, I call it forward because it's not bright, it's forward.
Right.
It's got presence setting on it so that people who are used to that sound could get a more forward microphone that still sounds good. Not as bright as a modern microphone, not as bright as a vintage microphone that's used in the wrong direction, but forward enough to be usable in that environment.
Right.
Which sounds great on snare, for example.
And you designed the switch to have like different electronics. It's not just a switch that has
that's
EQ
Brian's
on
genius.
It.
I just said we're not going to EQ this, because if we're going to EQ it, we just might as well use an EQ.
Yeah.
It really is different circuits that have different characteristics,
That makes that effect.
so that it doesn't sound. So when the gentle setting sounds gentle, it doesn't sound muffled, it doesn't sound EQ'd, it sounds gentle.
Yes.
So if you have an annoyingly bright singer, you put it on gentle, all of a sudden she's a much better singer.
Yes.
Isn't that fantastic?
Yeah.
And then
Better invention than auto-tune.
we always put the C12 up, and then we put this.
Yep.
And 85% of the time, or 90% of the time, this wins.
Yep.
Because it's just designed to work with a modern recording environment.
Right. And the other thing is, it's a brand new microphone, so you do get parts.
Yeah.
Should something happen, somebody spits in it or something, you do get new parts.
Yep.
And good luck with that on the Olo ones.
Correct. Yeah. When my VF14 dies, I'm gonna cry.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I cry a lot.
Yeah.
You got it. This is exactly what we wanted to do with this, and it was really nice. And it happened here, just
Right.
walking around, and Brian said, "Hey, I know you. What would you like for a
Napkin.
microphone?" Yes.
On the napkin. Yeah.
Yes. It's a total napkin thing.
Yeah.
It took months
Yeah.
to get it just right,
Right.
and it looks nice and it feels great, and it makes the singers feel secure because it's a big
Yeah.
microphone. That's big.
Yes, exactly.
And,
That's so important.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And also it's fat, so it's basically indestructible. There's no tube in it.
Right.
It just works.
Right.
And if you go on gentle, it sounds very close to like a great, well-balanced tube mic in good shape. And if you go neutral, it's a great fat. And if you go forward, then it gives you that more modern, edgy sound. I
Right.
think it does it all.
Yep, it does, and it does it good.